From your leader in sports coverage in Madison County, it's Sports Night from the Richmond Register Sports Department.
Find out the latest Madison County sports information from Richmond Register sports editor Nathan Hutchison, coming up next. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Adams Buick GMC. Sid says sell 'em. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber. Mindy Goble for City Commissioner. Madison County Emergency Management. Also brought to you by the City of Richmond Fire Department. Remember, October is Fire Safety Month. And KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media. Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements.
Well, welcome into Madison County Sports Night Live for Thursday, October the 6th, and we're coming to you a little earlier than we have been here recently. We've had some late night stories. There he is. There, Randy joins us live. He's just very happy that it's 8:30 and not 11:30. He's very happy. Yeah, morning person, night person. So,
no kidding.
We're like the odd couple here. But that's
My brother, night person, me, morning person.
Yeah. Well, that's us too. So I'm like, I guess I'm your brother from another mother. Then I guess.
That's right. You sure are.
We had a busy day yesterday. Madison Central boys golf team winning the state championship, and then Madison Southern sweeping the 44th district soccer tournaments. Didn't have quite as much action today, so we decided to do this a little bit early. We do have a couple of volleyball games tonight. Model and Berea are both on the road. I will when I get those scores, I'll put them up on social media. But we just wanted to use this opportunity tonight here to look ahead to tomorrow night, actually, Friday night football in Madison County. Just one home game. Madison Central opening up district play at home against Oldham County, and the other two games are on the road, both district games as well. Madison Southern at Woodford and Berea at Kentucky Country Day. So we'll start off with Madison Central, of course, coming off a 50-14 loss last week to the defending Class A state champions in Pikeville down on the road. Definitely a disappointing performance for the Indians, considering they were undefeated on the season at 5-0. But Pikeville has a tremendous team, and going down there and trying to play them without a couple of key components was definitely tough. Wide receiver Jaden West was sitting out a one-game suspension, and running back Brady Hensley was still nursing an ankle injury, and 248 yards of offense for Madison Central in that game. That was all they were able to put together. Quarterback Hagan Harrison was 2 for 8 for 47 yards and 2 interceptions, one of which was returned for a touchdown. Some positive notes, though. Bryant Mathis had 106 yards rushing on 10 carries, including a long touchdown run. Brock Eads had 87 yards on 16 carries and also had a touchdown run. But it was Pikeville racking up 471 yards on the ground. 471 total yards, 322 on the ground. So moving ahead to this week, obviously the Indians need to turn the page because the next 3 weeks are the 3 most important games on the schedule, the 3 district games, which will set up your seeding for the playoffs. Oldham County at home this week, GRC at home, and then Bryan Station on the road. So this week it's Oldham County, who's kind of surprisingly sitting there at 0-6. With 7 straight losses dating back to last year, and they've only scored more than 8 points once all year. So on paper, this looks like a game Madison Central should easily pick up a victory, but we don't want to make any assumptions. And on Tuesday, I had a chance to go over to Madison Central and talk to Coach Mike Holcomb and get a preview of the matchup with the Colonels. Central High School with football coach Mike Holcomb. Indians set to open district play this weekend against Oldham County here at home at Tomahawk Valley. Coach, tough loss on the road last week to Pikeville, but with district play coming up, I guess you just got to kind of move past that and focus on these next 3 games, which are the most important ones on the schedule.
Yeah, we had a tough loss with them, but that like I told our kids, that responsibility falls to me. And then, it's just in the middle of the season like that. It's one of those games you go out and play. And but we don't have anything to do with your district. So we try to put that behind us, learn from what we did wrong and mistakes we made, and just get our team out on the field and put us all together where we can get out and have a chance to be successful.
Yeah, it's tough to go on the road and play defending state champions, and then have to go down there without your top receiver and your top running back, and so you were shorthanded on top of that too. So it's a tough task to go down there and beat a team like that. Well,
I don't really make excuses for our team or whatever. We got people who can line up and play, and we went out and game just sort of turned there at times. Some things went wrong for us and good for them, and that's that's the way games would. I watched a ton of games Saturday afternoon that looked like that. There was some on Sunday that looked like that. So football's just football, and sometimes things that go one way or the other. But we just have to, like I said, get focused in on our district. We got Oldham County coming in here. We're excited to be back home. Our kids love playing at home, and we just got to get back on track and get to feeling good about ourselves and get back to our basics and do the little bitty things right, blocking and tackling and those type of things, and those things will carry you a long way.
Yeah, it's Oldham County sitting there at 0-6, but kind of a surprising record from a normally pretty good program. But I've had some close losses in there too, so obviously a lot better than their record would indicate. Yeah,
you have to watch who people. I've looked back and they play some pretty good people. They play some people in Louisville. They played South Oldham, and they scrimmage Manual, who's got a strong program. We've watched a lot of things on them. So, at this stage, when you get into the district, and we don't know about their injuries, who they've had out. So everybody's trying to get ready to go when it comes district time. So you got to show up and bring your A game every week. We do every week, but especially when you get in that district, because that's where it starts to place you in the playoffs.
Yeah. Of course, you didn't have Jaden West last week. He'll be back Friday night. But without him, you didn't throw the ball very much. But I guess some positive things you take out of that is you had 200 yards rushing. Bryant Mathis had over 100 yards rushing. And Brock Eads was also strong running the ball, too.
Yeah, I thought Bryant ran the ball well and did some things. And we didn't throw the ball a whole lot. And the game got a little, the score got up there a little bit. And we, basically, we went basically back to just what we do we do run the ball well, but we're capable of throwing the ball. We just couple of things didn't go as planned, and once we get into the game, we try to do what they do. They drop 8 people in the secondary, especially when they get getting control of the game. They rushing 3 and dropping 8, and there's not very few holes in that secondary when you're doing that. But they took that away from us a little bit, and we did run the ball more or later. And like I said, Bryant broke a good run. Our offensive line kept working. We played hard. It wasn't like we just laid down. So that's a positive thing. Our kids know we just, it's next game up.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit more about Oldham. What do you see from them on tape?
They're a spread team, and they mix it up. They play hard too. They're defensive people. They play a 4-2, 4-3 a little bit on defense, and they mixed it up. They've trying to find the right chemistry, and that's what you always worry about. Where the people move people around, they move the quarterbacks around a little bit, and they've done different things trying to find their niche. I guess they've been in the spread, they've been in a 3-back with the gun, and just mixing things up to where they can have success. So you're always, these teams like that always worry me more than a team like that's doing real good, because we're going to be excited about it.
All right, 7:30 here at Tomahawk Valley on Friday night. First district matchup of the year. Thanks, Coach. See you Friday.
Okay, thanks.
All right, 7:30 tomorrow night, and me and Rainey will be out in the parking lot doing the tailgate show. Want to come by and say hello? We'll get you some free. We'll give you a free slice of pizza if you want. What kind of pizza you want tomorrow night?
Pizza.
What
Hey, let's see. What do I want?
That was making me pick it up on the way to the game. I have to go pick up the pizza. So.
I can't do it all.
What kind do you want?
I like
the Hawaiian.
I like the Hawaiian pizza. I like the mix. Now I like the chicken ranch too that you got that night.
All right.
And I've had the Beast. If you've never had the Beast, that with a couple of Abundant Hope Naturals pumpkin smoothies, wonderful.
All right, enough shamelessly plugging our sponsors here. We're moving on to the other two games tomorrow night. Madison Central hitting the road to take on Woodford County. Last week, the Eagles picked up a very big win at home over East Jessamine that almost certainly secures them a spot in the Class 5A playoffs. Remember, that's a 5-team district with only 4 teams getting in. So the Eagles sitting there at 1-1, East Jessamine at 0-3. So almost certainly Madison Southern is heading to the playoffs. But now they have a chance to move up the ladder and maybe put themselves in position to host a playoff game. But that will not be easy this week. Woodford County 6-0. 1-0 in the district. They have outscored their opponents 296-91 so far this season, including a 77-35 win last week over West Jessamine. That's right, Woodford County scored 11 touchdowns in that game, 453 yards rushing, and had 6 players with a touchdown. Quarterback Andrew Nasson was 10 of 11 for 177 yards with 2 TDs. He also ran for 123 yards and 2 TDs. And on the season, the Yellow Jackets have just 1 yard less than 1,800 yards rushing on the season. Of course, Madison Southern is an interesting situation last week where their quarterback was not available, Ethan Woods. So Jackson Chambers went back there, played quarterback. Jayshawn Etheridge played a little quarterback. Ethan Woods will be eligible this week to be back. But we'll have to see what they do. If they go back to the traditional offense they've been running with him at quarterback, or if they do some kind of hybrid, or if they go back to doing the Wildcat thing, or interesting to see. I know it's
I like the
it's a big game.
Thing.
I know.
I like watching the Wildcat thing.
Last week after they beat East Jessamine, I was kind of hovering around the huddle, and the coaches came over and they were like, this is a rivalry game. We want revenge on these guys because Woodford beat them twice last year, including once in the first round of the playoffs. So there's a little animosity there, and it did get a little. The regular season game last year in Berea was a little intense, and so it's a little animosity there. Woodford has a heck of a team sitting there at 6-0 with some huge wins, was putting up some huge offensive numbers. So it'll be a big task for the Eagles. Our buddy Ricky Elkins will be over in Versailles checking that out for us, getting some pictures and keeping us updated. So. Richmond R Sports on Twitter. I'll keep you updated as well.
And that game, really, you got throw it all out there.
Yeah. I mean, Woodford obviously would be the big favorite, especially at home.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. So it would be a huge victory for the Eagles. So we'll see how that goes. But speaking of tough challenges on the road, that's what Berea Community also faces this week. Coming off an open week, they head up to Louisville to take on Kentucky Country Day, who is 5-1 on the season. And this is the team that, since Berea moved into this district, has been their nemesis. They have played them 6 times in the past 3 years, and they have not come close to winning any of those games, to be completely honest. I mean, 257-43 has been the margin of those 6 games. They've played the last 3 years in the regular season and in the playoffs. First round of the playoffs 3 times. Last year in the first round of the playoffs, 57-22, Kentucky Country Day up in Louisville. So big tough test for the Berea Pirates on the road. Of course, before the bye week, Berea rolled to a 54-0 win over Jackson County in McKee on September 23rd. It was Jamel Cruz with 5 touchdowns, 4 rushing, 1 on a punt return. Cody Roberts and Cameron Thompson also had rushing touchdowns. Berea's defense allowed just 36 turnovers, or 36 points, 36 total yards, and forced 2 turnovers. So far this season, Jamel Cruz, 455 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns. Cody Roberts and Sean Catt each have 3 receiving TDs, and quarterback Jason Coburn, 36 of 91 with 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So be a big week for them as well. If they could, if the Pirates could ever, get it. If they could beat KCD, they wouldn't have to play them in the first round of the playoffs every year.
That's
Probably
true.
huge game for them, but huge task. KCD is once again ranked in the top 10 in Class A, and it's a really solid football program. So it'll be a tough test on the road. But that's your 3 games: Madison Central hosting Oldham County, Madison Central at Woodford, and Berea at Kentucky Country Day. You can tell I'm tired, can't you? I can't talk. I can't talk today. It was a long day yesterday, but that's okay. I slept in all day, and it's all good. But that's what we got on tap for you. And then, of course, tomorrow also, let's not forget, first round of the girls' state golf tournament. I'll be watching the scores all day, and me and Ricky are going to go up there Saturday and check it out. And and that's one thing I got to do either tonight or tomorrow. I've got to look through the record book and see if any team has had boys and girls state golf championships in the same year, because that's what Madison Central is. And I was talking to Coach Kyle Congleton earlier via text, and I was like, "Man, wouldn't that be cool?" I said, "Has it ever happened?" And he said, "I don't think so, but I don't know." So
I don't remember.
I'll have to go back and look through the record book. If KHSA has it all online, I'll go back and look it up. But I will certainly be looking into that. And like I said, I will keep you updated all day tomorrow with the scores, and then Saturday we'll have reporting live from Bowling Green, just like we did yesterday. So it was very interesting. I don't Randy's going to get mad at me, but I had to point this out that that nobody really seems to cover these things anymore. I used to go to state meets and stuff, and there were all these people. And yesterday in Bowling Green, there's no Herald Leader, there's no any other local media people there. It was
kind of sad, really,
for us, and but hey, we're here, and that's what they pay me to do, folks. So I'm gonna, like I said, somebody asked me.
That's why I call you the sports leader.
That's why, like I said last night. Last night in the parking lot after the soccer game, someone said, "Did you go to Bowling Green?" I was like, "Of course I went to Bowling Green. That's what I was supposed to do."
We took the Carson jet and went down and come back.
He drove, so we were flying down the parkway, and I was typing and editing pictures and all kinds of good stuff. So made it back.
Do Marines drive fast?
Yeah, pretty fast. He's got some good stories too, man.
Okay.
He has some really good stories. On the way down there, he was entertaining me with some really good stories, which can't repeat on here. So that's
I'm sure. Hey, tailgate show tomorrow night. Don't forget.
6:30 over at Madison Central. We'll be out there. We'll have some pizza and come on by and say hello.
You can update the girls' golf scores then too.
Yeah, well, hopefully by then at 6:30, the first round
should be over by then. Right? Okay.
Be over by then. Central. Won 10 out of the 12 regular season tournaments they ran, but they finished second at the region and second at the semi-state. So they'll be one of the favorites going into this. Only Lexington Catholic and Marshall County has beaten them in head-to-head competition this year. So, and both those teams are in the field. So it'll be a challenge, but it would be so very, very cool to have 2 state champions.
That would be really neat.
Sport. So, like I said, I've been saying it all year, man. # golf school. Madison Central is now a golf school. So
now a golf
no
school.
Offense to Coach Holcomb or Coach Feldhouse or anybody, but but it's definitely a golf school.
Tell us we're wrong.
Yeah. And that's awesome. So.
Oh, wait a minute! I just thought of a great picture. We'll do it this weekend. We'll do it this weekend.
Okay. What's that?
Oh, I can't tell you. It's a surprise. People will see it. The people will see it. So I've got an idea.
We do have the Richmond Register Sports Show coming up on Sunday. I know, talking to Coach Congleton, he's on board for coming in, and we hope if the girls want to, they want to come in. So it would be amazing for Sunday to have the Richmond Register Sports Show and to have both those teams on.
That'll be neat.
Bring both the trophies in.
Right.
But fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens. And also, don't forget, Madison Southern's Casey Cameron is in the state tournament as an individual as well.
That's true.
So
yes, she is.
Make sure we keep track of her, and she's very capable of putting up a low number and being up on top of the leaderboard as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on her as well. Make sure we get everybody in there. So
absolutely, yep. She's a good golfer too.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, I think that's about all we got. It's 6:30 over at Madison Central tomorrow. Come on by, say hello, and if there's any pizza left, we'll give you some. I think Russ is going to come by.
You'll have to rip it out of Russ's hands.
Russ's hands.
And mine, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, jeez. I think last week I scarfed down like 5 pieces in like 3.5 minutes. So I was very hungry.
I think my favorite show so far this year is when I had the medical procedure, and I don't remember doing the 6:30 tailgate show.
There you go.
I guess it went well.
Was that the night? Was that the Madison High night? That wasn't the Madison.
It might have been. I can't remember. I don't know. But anyway.
I know. It's too bad we don't have any fun doing our job, right? You know, like
I know,
we take ourselves so seriously here, don't we? Hey, it's sports, man. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be good stuff. So
absolutely.
And you're the good news, happy news guy with
That's right. I don't mind it. Yeah.
Yeah. The news people stay out there and they do all the crime and the bad stuff and politics, and I stay here
right
and I enjoy myself. So I think on that note, I'm going to go with. I was listening to some Kenny Chesney earlier, so let's go way back to one of his first albums. But this is a song called "Life Is Good."
All right.
Grass, sky is blue. Life is good, man. 6:30 tomorrow, tailgate show. Come on out. We'll be drinking jam in the parking lot just Kenny Chesney if y'all want. It's okay. See you tomorrow, man.
Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Adams Buick GMC. Sid says sell 'em. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber. Mindy Goble for City Commissioner. Madison County Emergency Management. Also brought to you by the City of Richmond Fire Department. Remember, October is Fire Safety Month. And KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media. Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements.